Devy League? What the hell is a Devy League? I didn't know, but I thought about it. And of course I joined. This is Why Not Devy. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to dive into another Dynasty League, but this is not just your normal Dynasty League. I wasn't thinking about doing it anymore, but I seen this league and I just, clicked on it just to see what kind of league it was scoring wise. But when I looked, let's take a look. The league was called Devy. And usually when you go to the league, you just take a peek at the pinned messages. And I read the first one said, buy in his X due before the Fantrax draft each year. And I was like, Fantrax? Huh. NFL playoff winner gets X with the runner receiving X college playoff winner. And I'm like, college? I'm like, what am I getting into? Fantrax rookie draft will start. So I was confused. Like, is this Dynasty? Is this drafting NFL players, drafting college players? So I asked a couple questions in the chat and they kind of gave me a rundown. And at the beginning, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. But knowing me, I was like, I'll give it a shot. So here we are. Let's take a look at the scoring. 5-point passing TD, tight end bonus 0.75, and that's about it. Pretty straightforward. We'll go into the second part of the league later, but right now let's just hop into the draft results. So, normal draft, picking kickers. I'm drafting at the 109, and then you can see the board wasn't really a lot of trades this draft. So, quarterbacks go 1 through 5. Somebody's going to fall to me. At the 109, I take Malik Neighbors. Now, Malik Neighbors, as a rookie, finishes the wide receiver 6. He had 109 receptions, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. And that was with terrible quarterback play. So, Russell Wilson is not that much an upgrade. But as you've seen the training camp highlights, Russell Wilson's, specialty is throwing that deep ball. And literally every day has been a highlight of Russell throwing deep balls to Neighbors and him coming down with the catches. So they've had a good chemistry in training camp so far. And wide receivers going from the 1 to the second year jump. Obviously, you're going to get better being an NFL system for a year, full offseason, not focusing on the combine. So having Malik Neighbors number 1 in the Dynasty League is not a bad pick at all. So we got Neighbors at the 109. At 2-4. Brian Thomas falls down there. I mean, there's a lot of, with the 5 quarterbacks going that, it kind of pushed everybody down the board because I had the choice of Amon-Ra, Puka, Nico. I'm a huge Brian Thomas guy, especially with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, wide receiver 4. What was Neighbors wide receiver 6? So starting a dynasty with the wide receiver 4 and the wide receiver 6 both in their first year, going into year 2, is a pretty pretty good start. I like to go receivers in draft, so that was kind of a no-brainer to me. Keep trade cut has Neighbors as wide receiver 3 and Brian Thomas as wide receiver 5. So in a dynasty startup, uh, I like that start. And we are not third round reversal, regular snake. Once again, you guys are probably not surprised by now. I take Rashee Rice. Once again, he could be one of those early second round picks if he stayed fully healthy. If Pat Mahomes didn't hurt his own guy, we'd be talking Rashee Rice over here. Fourth round, take Michael Penix again. Took Michael Penix over Murray, McCarthy, Lawrence, Goff, Young, Dak. Comment down below what quarterback would you guys have gone here if you want to have gone Penix. But I'm a big believer in Penix, so only time will tell. In the fifth round, wasn't really anyone on the board I wanted to take. If Rome made it here, I would have took, but since Rome's gone, Addison, Flowers, probably the only guys I would have took at the 5'9", so I just went ahead and took the kicker position. All the quarterbacks are gone. Sam Darnold, Tua, so didn't want to be left in the grass. So we're gonna take a shot on Anthony Richardson now. If Anthony Richardson gets to start wide receiver 25, had a horrible year. I mean, I guess there's only 32 teams, so. But man, if he can start all the games, I mean, week 1 he fooled us. But I mean, last year I would check his box scores and I'd be like, how is that even possible? I mean, 17 of 34, 10 of 20, 10 of 24, 10 of 32. I mean, you got a 20 of 30, but 11 of 28, 12 of 24, 17 of 38. That's pretty bad. But I mean, his legs have saved him. 29 points, 12, 25, 16, all from the running. So if he can take a step in year 3, that's going to be huge. And the value of getting him in the 6th round, and he can have a good season, then that'll be a huge plus for this team. 7th round, kicker. Still no running back yet. That's probably why I took a kicker here, because I can whether do it in the draft or not. I have the option to. But now thinking about it, I took this 5'9" kicker spot because at this point, 1, 2, 3, there's only 3 kickers off the board. So basically this kicker spot is the rookie draft 104. And I had the option if I wanted to, and if he was available, to take Cam Ward. So that's why I took that kicker spot there. I took insurance with Anthony Richardson there. Another kicker at the 7'9". Instead of going running back, no one I really wanted, I went ahead and took Terry McLaurin. Last year, Terry, wide receiver 7, mainly because of his touchdowns, but also because he played with the best quarterback he's had in his career, in Jaden Daniels. So right now he's at a contract dispute. So whether he comes back, it's cool. If he goes somewhere and he's, number 1, then that's cool as well. So only time will tell. Take Josh Downs here. Pair him with Anthony Richardson. Josh Downs going in year 3. Hopefully he takes another leap in his 3rd year. Khalil Shakir is the wide receiver 1 in Buffalo. Can't really go wrong being the wide receiver 1 for Josh Allen. Now, he's not the sexiest player. He was only wide receiver 37, but I think he showed a little consistency, playing a lot more last year. But the thing is about him, I don't think he plays in 2 wide receiver sets. I think they rolled out Mac Hollins and Keon Coleman last year, and he comes in and wide receiver. He comes in 3 wide receiver sets. As you can see, his snap rate only above 75 twice, but consistent with the points. Double digits almost every game. So that late of a pick, you can't really go wrong. 11-9, take another kicker. 12-4 kicker. Chig, Cam Ward, probably second best option. Take a shot on Trey Benson, year 2. James Conner gets hurt. Trey Benson comes in. Rico Dowdle, once again at this time. It's probably January, so Rico still plays for Dallas. I was hoping he resigned a contract there, but he didn't. Stephon Diggs says Houston right here, so he was still with them at the time. Now he's with the Patriots. He's looking fully healthy for training camp. So at the 16th round, if Diggs can be Diggs, that would be pretty good. I mean, look at this track record: 9, 4, 7, 3. I'm not even expecting a top 10. If he can give top 18, then that's well worth the value. In the 16th round, took a shot on Will Levis. He's hurt on the IR for the year, shoulder surgery. Deontay Johnson, no team at this time. Plays for the Cleveland Browns now. Not really imagining him doing much there. Malik Washington, Daniel Jones. So I have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. So I have the best of both worlds there, getting Daniel Jones in the 20th round. It's good value to me. Zach Moss, I think he got released actually. Khalil Herbert, Kareem Hunt, just because. Tyler Conklin. It's not a bad for the 24th round. He actually did pretty good for the Jets last year. I mean, it's not really a starter, but he can be like a bye week filler. Give me one of these 18, 16, 13, 15 on the bye week. I mean, you never know. Now he's playing with Justin Herbert, so we'll see how that turns out there. Malachi Corley, Brendan Rice, Drew Lock, Jelani Woods, Flacco, Mariota Gray. Nothing special down there. So not a lot of trades in that whole draft. I didn't really make any trades after the draft as well. So let's go ahead and hop into the rookie draft. I am picking at the 1-4 here. I went receiver heavy in the draft. Cam Ward went at the 1-2, so that plan didn't work. I was hoping Amarian Hampton fell to me at the 1-4. So I went ahead and took Travion Henderson at the 1-4. I think I drafted for need more than value, but based on my team, that's okay. I'll live with that. I also picked at the 1-11. So this time around, went ahead and took Tyler Warren. One, because my tight end room is not the best. Plus, I have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. So either one of those who start will have their top 3 weapon, tight end Tyler Warren. Second round, I take Jack Betch of the Las Vegas Raiders. He's been playing good in training camp so far. Second round pick, so they believe in him. So we'll see. He might start opposite of Jacoby Myers, so that'd be good value. Mid-second with Jack Betch, Bayshell Tootin with the Jaguars, and no other picks after that. So now let's take a look at the squad. Michael Penix, Travion Henderson, Bayshell Tootin, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Rashee Rice, Tyler Warren, Terry McLaurin, Khalil Shakir, Stephon Diggs, Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, Kareem Hunt, Trey Benson, Josh Downs, Jordan Watkins, Jack Betch, Chig, a couple of rookies that I picked up in free agency, and no draft picks. So first, let's go check out what the power rankings I think of my team. So let's go there. And then after we go over that, I got a little I got a little more explaining to do about this Devy league because when we were doing the drafting, I mean, when we were after the draft over time, I still had no idea what a Devy league still was. They kind of gave me an idea with the college players and thing, but luckily we just started the draft a couple days ago, and then now it all makes sense. But first, let's go to Dynasty Daddy power rankings. Now, I had Beisho Tootin as a starter, so that was kind of the weak spot of my team so far. And they got me at the 5 spot. As we see, Travion, Trey, Bayshell, pretty okay running back room. They have me in the 8th there. Definitely would like to add something maybe before the season starts or during the season, or hope on Bayshell too and just hitting right away. Or I mean, don't want Connor to get hurt, but if he does, Trey Benson. But not bad. Has me as rebuilding, but we'll see. Let's head over to Flock. Check out this Devy power rankings. They had me in the 7th spot, so kind of a fringe playoff team. Love my wide receiver core. Terry get re-signed. Pretty powerful there. Maybe trade Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir. It's not really draft picks, so it shouldn't be there. Because in this league, there is no draft picks. But let's go over to Keep Trade Cut. Take a look at their power rankings for the Devy Darlings. And they got me at the 7th spot as well. So a fringe playoff team. We'll keep it on players only because there is not really draft picks here. So fringe playoff team. Now we are going to go over to Fantrax, where now all of it kind of started making sense. Now this is going to look crazy to you guys probably, because this is actually my first time looking at it on the website. I usually look at it on my phone. But we are currently in a college draft. And now it all made more sense to me because I asked questions in the chat when we were drafting, and one guy said, the players we draft in this college draft will join our teams next year. So there will be no rookie draft. And if those players don't come out of college into the NFL draft, they'll be on your Fantrax team next year. Now, whether we do a new Fantrax draft next year, time will tell. But I thought I was a degenerate. I thought I was pretty cool, but also I had to go into a whole new world of studying college players. I mean, I watch a ton of college football, but drafting them, taking players that might be on your team next year, you got to do some research. And I did some research. So I'm not going to go over everything here. I mean, as football fans, you guys might notice some of the names there, but I had the 4th pick in the Fantrax draft. I took Lenore Sailors of South Carolina, quarterback, all the traits. And I had Michael Penix, Anthony Richardson, not the most settled QB room. So I took Sellers there. Running back from Washington with my 2nd pick because my running backs aren't the greatest on my actual dynasty team. So if Coleman comes out as a senior, he'll be on my team next year. And hopefully could be like a 2nd, 3rd round pick. Eugene Wilson from Florida, sophomore. Sadiq, tight end, he backed up Taylor Ferguson. I think that's his name. Got drafted by the Rams. Took a freshman, Harlan Berry. Jordan Lyle, quarterback Simons, Anderson of LSU, Miles Graham. I currently just made a pick, Ole Miss wide receiver Lee, uh, to pair with Simmons, who's going to be starting in his second year. He is following after Jackson Dart, so did a ton of research on all these players, and they think he's going to be the guy. He actually was homeschooled, and then he went to high school late, and now he's going to be the starting quarterback of Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's great play caller, so if Dart can do it, hopefully he can do it. And this Fantrax is a super flex league, so we are starting 2 QBs. So I got Sellers there, Simon's there, and the draft is still going at this time. So we'll get back to that later on. But that's a Devy league. It involves college players, this is my first time doing it, so I'm not sure if it's like this every time or you can kind of change the rules as it is. But that's my 14th league, Devy league. Super interesting. Pulled me in, and I think it's pretty cool. Definitely a lot more goes into it. So you got to be one of those type of people. This is a lot. I don't think the normal person is going to do a league like this, but you never know. But you kind of get an idea of what it is. So if you're ever interested, this is kind of a rough draft of what it is. But we'll document this league as well during the season to see how it goes. Other than that, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Comment down below what you think about the Devy League. Is it too much or something you'll be interested in? Other than that, Hutch, this is no off season. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.